Okay, hello everyone. Today we are going to cover the portion that is 11.2.2, that is cloning vector. Now first of all, what are vectors? As we have already discussed, what are vectors? Vector is a carrier or vehicle which delivers a foreign piece of DNA into host. Right? Now let's see the examples of vectors that are plasmid, bacteriophage, especially in bacteriophage, that is lambda phage vector and M13 phage vector. Next is cosmid, yak vector, bag vector, etc. Now how they are engineered? They are engineered in such a way that first they help easily linking of foreign DNA. Right? It should be the important feature, as our goal is to link the foreign DNA to vector. So if it is not easily linked or not possible to link, then it is of no use, right? So important feature is it should be easily linked to the foreign DNA. Second one is selection of recombinant from non-recombinant. Now what is recombinant? Recombinant is such a vector in which our desired gene is being inserted. That is called as recombinant, means in host it has been expressed. Our recombinant is been expressed and it is been inserted easily. Whereas non-recombinant means in which our desired gene is not been inserted. Okay, next. Now let's see the essential features of a vector. They are ORI, that is origin of replication, selectable marker, cloning site, vector for cloning genes in plants and animals. Now first of all, let's discuss regarding the ORI. See, this is a figure which has been taken from the NCERT only. So this is the ORI, that is origin of replication. So this is a sequence from where the replication start. So any DNA when linked to this sequence, it can be made to replicate within the host cell. So it is responsible for controlling the copy number of linked DNA. So in short, we can say that from here the replication starts. Second one is the selectable marker. Now it helps in identifying and eliminating the non-transformants and permitting the growth of the transformants. Now first of all, what are transformants? The host organism in which your desired gene of interest has been passed, that is called as transformant. We can also call it as recombinant. Okay, and the host organism in which your desired gene of interest is not passed, that is called as non-transformants, or we can say as non-recombinant. So the process by which the passing of piece of DNA or say as gene of interest into host organism, that is bacteria, is carried out, it is called as transformation. I hope now you have been cleared with these three terms, that is transformation, non-transformants and transformants. Okay, or transformation, it is a process in which we are passing a piece of DNA along with the plasmid into a host cell. Okay, in which this recombinant is been passed, they are called as transformants. In which this recombinant is not passed, they are called as non-transformants. It's so clear? Okay, so selectable marker will be helping in identifying and eliminating the non-transformants. So selectable marker over here would be this ampicillin resistance and tetracillin resistance. From this we can identify the transformants and non-transformants. How? We would discuss it later. Now next one is the cloning site. Right? So in order to link the alien DNA, the vector need to have recognition site for the commonly used restriction enzyme, right? Presence of more than one recognition site within the vector will generate several fragments, which will complicate the gene cloning. So for that, we must need some of the cloning sites. So over here, we will be taking an example and I will be explaining you how it has been working. Okay, so see, this is an from cloning site, we are much clear that we should have a particular cloning site, a recognition site. If there are multiple sites, then the enzyme would be confused where to be cut and where not to be cut. And if it would cut more than one recognition site, then for our gene of interest to permit over there, it would be very difficult.